You know what's even better than drinking a delicious International Delight iced coffee? Winning a brand new car to drink it in. Visit internationaldelightcarsweeps.com for rules and enter through November 10th for your chance to win a new car plus a year's supply of iced coffee. No purchase necessary. Year's worth of product awarded as product and coupons. Valued at $978.20. Open to legal residents of U.S. and D.C., excluding Alaska, Connecticut, New Jersey, Nevada, Hawaii, Tennessee, and Wisconsin, who are at least 18 and age of majority. Ends October 10, 2024. Sponsored by Danone US LLC. For official rules, visit internationaldelightcarsweeps.com.
My name is Lorne Michaels. I'm the producer of Saturday Night.
The whole night?
Yeah, the whole night.
Based on the insane true story of the first time Saturday Night went live.
You ordered a llama?
Yeah, we all decided it was much funnier than a donkey.
Saturday Night, rated R, now playing exclusively in theaters.
ABC Wednesday, October 9th.
Y'all complain all day. We want books. We want paper towels in the classroom. Bet you want razors, too.
I'm still waiting on the paper towels.
Abbott Elementary returns with a new season.
We asked the district for more after-school programs. They gave us $50 for class pets instead.
Critics cheer. Abbott Elementary continues to be one of the funniest and most beloved shows on TV.
What y'all doing out there?
Taking bribes.
Proud of y'all.
Abbott Elementary, season premiere Wednesday, October 9th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Hey everyone, welcome to Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel, a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. We here up in the Great White North, we take great pride in the actors that we have allowed the world to enjoy because we make them pretty damn good up here. And to that, I say, Keanu Reeves, to the world, you're welcome, because he's awesome. And here to join me as we go through the filmography of one Mr. Whoa, Keanu Reeves, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. So, Keanu Reeves, movies starring. How excited were you for this topic?
I am as excited as Berserker.
Oh, God. I have not
I'm
had
excited
chance.
for Berserker, let me tell you.
I haven't had a chance to read the comic books yet, so maybe I'll get my hands on the trade paperback and dive into that. The fact that Keanu Reeves is doing comic books now is fan-freaking-tastic. Keanu Reeves, I think, is universally appreciated as just an absolute gem of a human. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the filmography of Keanu Reeves and pick 3 movies each. A keep, a watch, and a pass. The keep is one that's like, whoa. The watch is one that's just like, oh, whoa. And the pass is one like, Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the bad dad jokes here. So, Carrie, we're going to start with you. Keep movie starring Keanu Reeves.
I think this one's a no-brainer. If you know me, you know I am a big fan of traveling through time with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. Wild Stallions.
The beginning of the woe. You have to think the beginning of the woe, because strange things were afoot at the Circle K. This is one of the most quotable 80s films out there. And the fact that Keanu Reeves, really exploded afterwards as far as an acting side again. And Alex Winter has become a fantastic director. Like, I've seen some of the documentaries that he has directed, and they are really, really good. Like, Alex Winter has really come into his own. So kudos to the both of them for really, going from a goofy 80s comedy that became one of the most iconic movie duos of all time, but to really succeed in Hollywood to this day. Like, high five to both of them.
Although I am calling my shot right now, Alex Winter directed a movie called Freaked. And I am adamant that we need to cover that movie, because it just, from the trailer that I saw, looks woo. And interestingly enough, has an uncredited role with Mr. Keanu Reeves.
Oh?
More on that later. I'm saving that for if we ever get around to an It's Not That Bad Freaked version.
Okay, so dear listeners, I'm just going to let you know right now. If you go to notthatbadcast.com and you go to our coming soon page, you can see that Freaked is on our list of movies that we are going to be covering. So please, now is your chance. Go to the Coming Soon page and let us know what you thought of Freaked, because we are going to cover it before the year is over. So you have been forewarned, and we want to hear from you and shout you out in the show. So you can see some of the other episodes that we're working on for our other shows as well. So drop us a line and we'll shout you out. I'm going to shock you when I say that none of my films are from the Bill and Tediverse.
Whoa.
Yeah. See, I'm not the only one with bad dad jokes here. Carrie's got bad mom jokes, so it's even Steven. No, of course I'm going to go with The Matrix. Freaking love The Matrix. Now, I say this knowing that I probably would have passed on any other of the Matrix films, but because I like to limit myself to just one film from a franchise, I'm going to go with The Keep. I'm going to go with The Matrix. And not just the fact that you have Lawrence Fishburne, the wonderful Lawrence Fishburne. And of course, you got Carrie-Anne Moss, the film that really propelled her into the stratosphere as far as acting goes. But you have a film here that really changed how everything else was filmed afterwards. I mean, bullet time, the fact that you got like the camera moving around and while everything else is in slow-mo, to the fact that they started to do that in NFL broadcasts, and you actually had cameras all around the end zone. Like they went bullet time in real time for the NFL. That's cool. And of course, the whole idea of the weight room virtual reality, that really became like a big thing in sci-fi film. Like this film might be a more iconic role for Keanu Reeves as the one, as opposed to Ted from Bill and Ted. But I mean, like those are two very iconic roles from his filmography. For my watch film, I'm going with yet another iconic Keanu Reeves role. I'm going with the first John Wick film. First of all, if someone said to you, brutally efficient, assassin for hire, basically a killing machine, Keanu Reeves. Not necessarily the two I would put together, but Keanu Reeves in this is so fantastic. And the first film especially, because really it's at its core, it's just basically a revenge film.
You don't mess with the dog.
You don't mess with Keanu Reeves' dog at all. But
don't mess with anybody's dog.
It really is a simple revenge story. And if it was just that, then it wouldn't have been much more than it became. But the thing is, they took John Wick, the character, and they built a world of assassins for hire around him and created this entire, not mythology, but they basically created this world where you have the ability to then have more John Wick films. And now you're also going to have John Wick Presents Ballerina starring Ana de Armas. So you're having like a franchise built literally around a revenge film because it was so well written. And Keanu Reeves, not the person I would have thought of originally. If you said to me the plot of the film and the character description of John Wick, my first thought would probably be someone like Jason Statham, not Keanu Reeves. But now I can't not picture Keanu Reeves because he owned this freaking role. And the first film, the cinematography in it is so good and the style is so good. And wow, I did not expect this from Keanu Reeves, but now I can't not expect badassery from Keanu Reeves.
I completely agree. I mean, I have watched the first movie, but I haven't been following the sequential, not remakes, but
the continuation of the series. Yeah,
the continuations, the
sequels.
Thank you. Lost the word. The sequels from the John Wick series. So absolutely, I agree with you. And I agree with you as well on The Matrix, and that would be my watch movie.
Okay.
So, I mean, again, everything that you said is correct. I am agreeing with you.
And right there.
You're right.
And right there. Everything I say is correct. You heard it here, Podcast Universe. I'm just going to put that on repeat. This is my ringtone now. everything you say is correct. Everything you say is correct. That's what's going to happen when you call me now.
God, now I'm thinking I need to take like the blue pill or something. Like, escape this this reality of the universe. That's the movie that if it's on, I'm stopping what I'm doing and I'm watching it.
Yeah. And the funny thing, too, is that when you take a look at the Bill and Ted films, the Matrix films, and the John Wick films, yes, I thoroughly enjoyed Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. It's a ton of fun, and Death on Base will always be, a smile for me. But Bill and Ted 3, The Matrix, fantastic film. The other Matrix films, John Wick is the one series that Keanu Reeves has done where I think that each sequel has really added to the world and the mythology. And I'll be curious to see the reaction to John Wick Presents Ballerina. Ana de Armas is going to kill in that because she's perfect for the role. So we'll see how that goes over with the audience. But now we get to your past Keanu Reeves film. What did you go with?
Sadly, I am going full circle with the Bill and Ted Face the Music. And I think two things. It's because I was such a fan of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. I humored Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. And I was so looking forward to a third. And I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it kind of like floored me to see Bill and Ted get old. And I just wasn't ready for that because I don't feel old yet. I don't feel like, I don't know, retirement age. And to see them inevitably in the retirement home, still hanging out, Bill and Ted, God, they're inseparable. And I love that. I don't, it just, as much as I was looking forward to it, I think the world was with me. We wanted to see more Bill and Ted, but then to finally see it, and I don't know, it became sad in a way. It was almost kind of like, let's leave them youthful and you know what, it was cool, right, to kind of see them pass the torch to their offspring, to their children. And I think the actresses that played their daughters were just wonderful, to keep their spirit alive. But
I do want to point out a couple of performances here. And Bridget Lundy Payne, who played Ted's daughter, they did fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
They absolutely did fantastic. Kudos.
No knock to them.
Absolutely. Also, I want to point out here, just to, because I know how much you love the Smurfs, the movie, and the fact that Jayma Mays plays Bill S. Preston's wife, Princess Joanna Preston. You actually get a Smurfs reference in there as well. Really, this film, it wasn't really about Bill and Ted. It was about Samara Weaving and Bridget Lundy as playing their daughters. And I think, and you couldn't really avoid this, I think the biggest thing missing, of course, is the absence of George Carlin. Not to take anything away from Kristen Shaw. You really weren't going to be able to replace or recast George Carlin as Rufus. Like, George Carlin was a major part of what made the Bill and Ted films so good. Yes, the fact that you had William Sadler return as Death, cool, love it, but it really wasn't the best Bill and Ted film. And I know the internet lost its mind. We lost our mind when it was announced that there was going to be a third Bill and Ted film, and it was going to have Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves. And it's like, finally, something good is happening during the pandemic when the world of film. And then it came out, we're like, oh, everything I love is dead.
But isn't that kind of like where we're at? I mean, let's be honest, we are getting older. Well, we're getting older. Yes. So all of the movies that we loved and we're talking about, I mean, anytime I get a chance to refer back to Pump Up the Volume,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I think about Christian Slater now, and it's like when I see some of his movies, I'm like, he got old. Tell me that's makeup. Tell me that is Hollywood prosthetics and makeup and lighting, poor lighting that's making him look old. Not saying that Christian Slater's old. I'm old too, but holy crap, when did that happen? And a lot of our favorite movies, we look back and we're like, oh, that was like 35 years ago. The Crow.
Yeah.
Right? The Crow being remade or retold. I don't want to say remade because you can never.
You can't remake that. But we didn't need a retelling of Eric Draven and Shelley Webster's story. We didn't.
But still, 30 years.
I know. But the other thing too is that Bill and Ted Face the Music. Well, not necessarily being. I don't want to sit there and say, well, it sucked in comparison to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, even though it is the far inferior film of the trilogy. And again, I don't mean to sit there and crap on it. It's not like it's a bad film. It's not. But it's one of those things where it introduces the idea of, yeah, this was something from back then when you were younger and you loved it. Now everyone else is old and we're going to emphasize that we're old. You take a look at Clerks 3, and here was a film where it really hammered home like, yep, you're old, we're old, and we're all going to be old together and eventually die. And it's like, holy crap, why did you just stomp on my happy?
It's so true. Oh my God. Or it's kind of like, watching the equivalent of like Ferris Bueller's Day Out of the Retirement Center.
Right?
Like, which by the way, please don't make that movie.
No, we do not want Ferris Bueller's Day Pass, okay? No, just no. I don't want to feel any older than I already am.
Ferris Bueller's Bucket List.
Although, now that we've said this, there's some Hollywood exec out there listening to our show going, that's brilliant. Call up Matthew Broderick right now. Make it happen. Ferris Bueller's Day Pass from the retirement home. Oh, what have we done? What have we? If this ever happens, then I'm going to, and if it's not good, we're going to have to come on to the show and apologize for things that we have manifested into the universe. We have clearly used our powers for evil instead of good.
Okay, but if it's good, I want that movie check.
Right? Yeah. No, if it's good, you're welcome. If it's not good, it was somebody else's fault. That's basically the way it boils down to.
Where are we now? I'm completely lost.
We're at my past pick is where we are. See, look what happens when we get into a diatribe here. All of a sudden we lost our place. Not that we ever actually have scripts. We actually don't. We just have our notes and then we just kind of talk to each other because we're not that prepared. We're not that smart. But we're at my past pick now. And there are very few films where I sit there and they make me angry because of what they could have been and what they weren't. Johnny Mnemonic is one of those films. And I normally like Keanu Reeves in a sci-fi plotted film. But this one is sci-fi plotting. It's not good. It tried too hard to be cyberpunk edgy cool. And I don't mean to sit there and say someone's performance really ruined it for me. But I'm going to sit there and say Henry Rollins in this really ruined this film for me because it felt like he was way overacting. And I'm not saying that I could do any better, but Johnny Mnemonic had such a very interesting plot, but it didn't execute. And maybe it's because it was before its time. Maybe a Johnny Mnemonic film now done in the style of like the Altered Carbon series on Netflix, I could get behind that. But as it is, and as the film arrived in theaters, I was like, this looks really cool. And it's got Keanu Reeves and it's sci-fi and cyberpunk. And it's not. It's just not. Like, I would have to hate watch it at this point if we had to cover this on It's Not That Bad. That's how bad it is for me, at least. Not that I'm saying that I wouldn't hate watch a film for the sake of our podcast, but I would be hate watching it. Carrie, thank you so much for this. Now, please remind our listeners what your keep, watch, and pass films are from the movies starring Keanu Reeves.
I am forever keeping Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures time capsuled in my memory and in my heart. I'm watching The Matrix and sadly passing on Bill and Ted Face the Music because it's 30 years too down the road and I feel old. Where's my Metamucil and it's nap time?
Wait, there's nap time? We get nap time? That's the one good thing about getting old is more nap time. My keep film is The Matrix. My watch is the first John Wick film. And my pass is Johnny Mnemonic. Not that I'm saying that Keanu Reeves is a bad actor in it. I'm just saying that the film did nothing for me. Carrie, thank you so much for this. And dear listeners, you guys know the drill. If there is a topic that you want us to cover on Keep Watch Pass or a movie you want us to cover on It's Not That Bad, even if it's Johnny Mnemonic, hit us up on social media at Not That Badcast or go to our website at notthatbadcast.com. And while you're there, make sure you let us know what you think of Freaked because we're going to do that episode before the end of the year. Until next time, she's Carrie, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel, a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.
The Jeremiah Show is proudly featured on Pantheon Podcasts. Don't miss an exciting episode of The Jeremiah Show. You're invited to the world of pop culture, music icons, and food gods. Find Jeremiah at thejeremiahshow.com or on all social networks and back catalogs at Linktree, Jeremiah D. Higgins.
I am Miles Zuniga from Fastball.
And we are a girl named Tom.
Hi, I'm Marielle Hemingway.
Hi, this is Chef Melissa King from Top Chef All Stars.
Hi there, everybody. This is Ann H.
Hi, I'm Shadow Stevens. I'm having a great time on The Jeremiah Show, the greatest show in the history of the world.
The Jeremiah Show is brought to you by Evolve Entertainment Network, Pantheon Podcasts, and Radio Candy Media.
I do hope you enjoyed that interview. I'm sorry that Jeremiah is so hopeless. I did made a real effort to sort of get through the sludge and the drudgery and the cliches and the second-rate ideas. I hope I didn't disappoint you too much. And as far as Jeremiah is concerned, do write in, because if you do, we can do something about this.